Please be seated, everyone. Good morning, folks. As you can tell, it's a little bit different in here today. Someone essential to the proceedings has tested positive, and as a result, everyone who was in the well of the courtroom on both sides have taken steps to quarantine under all the guidance provided by the CDC and our local authorities. I do not believe that you in any way would have been subject to exposure, but I do have to suspend our proceedings for a period of time because we cannot do any of our work through remote access through Zoom or any other means. It just is not feasible whatsoever. As a result, it is necessary to engage in a pause in this trial. Now, I learned of this, but couldn't do anything last night to contact people to say this is happening because I needed to see you this morning in order to give you directions about what to do and to talk to you about continuing in your responsibilities. Otherwise, I would have been happy to not have you have to come in this morning since I knew we weren't going to be proceeding with evidence today. But I have prepared an order that I'll be giving you in writing and reading in a few minutes as far as what our intent is and what your obligations are. And I can let you know that there are two things that we're asking you to do, and it's one of them at least is mentioned in the order. We'll need to know that we have the way you want to be contacted. So if we can, before you go, confirm or get confirmation of phone numbers and emails, if you like email contacts, so that we can let you know precisely when we will be asking you to come back and resume. Secondly, I do have available through the county rapid in-home tests that you can take with you if you want to take one today and use it today or after a few days in case you have any concerns whatsoever. We want to provide that to you so that you have the ability to gain some assurance yourself that you haven't been exposed here. It's a step that everyone is taking out of precaution, of course. But we can't continue our proceedings, but we do intend to continue our proceedings as it's vitally important. I'll read to you the order that I drafted last evening. And as I said, you'll have a written copy of this. The trial in this case has to be suspended for a period of days. The court recognizes the incredible commitment and dedication of the jurors, as well as the other participants, during the past 6 days of this trial. The court also recognizes the jurors' commitment to curtailing not just their lives, but their contacts and communications with others and their exposure to news and media sources throughout the last 10 days. The court finds it necessary at this time to ask that the jurors continue that conduct and commitment. The trial in this case will reconvene no earlier than Tuesday, January 18. I'll remind you that Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. We're off. This building's closed on that date. It is possible that it will be necessary to reconvene on a later date. The jurors will be notified individually by the court no later than the end of business Friday, January 14, either by phone or email, as to the specific day they must return to court. Jurors are asked to confirm their phone number and email address. Jurors are also asked to contact the court if they themselves experience a health issue during the time the proceedings are suspended. Until they return to court in order to continue the trial, the jury is admonished to continue to not discuss the evidence or the case among themselves or with any other person, and to not search out any information about the case, parties, witnesses, or the law. Further, the jury is directed to not permit themselves to overhear the conversations of others regarding the case or to be exposed in any way to such information. Assuming the jury follows this order, this trial in this case can resume and conclude with justice and fairness to the defendant, the deceased victims and their families, and to the people of the state of Wisconsin. Folks, I know other colleagues have tried and have had to postpone or even completely reschedule trials, and I think that may be something that occurs further. I asked for 6 alternates because I was very concerned about you folks during this process. I hadn't anticipated that it could cause a delay as far as others, but there are essential persons connected to these proceedings, and we are all undergoing routine testing and monitoring of our health, and this is where we are at this point in time. I know for those of you that have lives, not whether it's work or just other obligations and commitments, I know this delays things for us, and I do appreciate that, and I am very sorry for that. If you have any need for anything or further information to share with an employer or any other situation, please do contact my clerk, and I'll get whatever you need to you. That has been something we've done in some cases for some jurors that need proof that things aren't finished and that they need to continue in their obligations. Our contact information, including the court phone and Lindsay's email, are at the bottom of the order you'll receive so that you have that information. I do encourage you to stay healthy and well. I've been telling people that the jury has been one of the best here that I've had in my time on the bench, and that there's not been a peep from anyone that made me think that anyone was or could become ill, and I hope that remains true as you go forward over these next few days. We will contact you Friday. We will be working to find out how we can proceed, and I'm hopeful that it will be the earliest that we can next week so that we don't have to take up more of your time after today. Thank you all very much. The notebooks will stay on your chairs, and I appreciate everything over these last 6 days. Take care. Thank you. Randy?
All right, to the jury. Head back to your room, from the individually talk to you, just kind of wait for me.